This is NEM 2015, and I have the honor of talking to Nigel McCrery, a writer, a producer, and showrunner. Welcome to Dubrovnik.
Hi.
This is your first time, right?
First time here. I'm really glad to be here. What a beautiful, beautiful place. My
Isn't it?
Goodness, I woke up
and the weather is beautiful.
Oh, I came from a rainy London to here. It's just wonderful.
Nice. So this is going to be terrific for you the next couple of days. Your panel has a great name, A Match Made in Co-Production Heaven. Would you say that, as a producer, is every co-production really something that you can be happy about? Is it really a match made in heaven?
It can be. I mean, it depends on who you're working with. It's like it's like everything else. It's the people, you know. And if you get on well and everyone acts professionally and charmingly, then normally it is. There's been a couple of occasions where it hasn't been. But normally, I mean, with the sales of things like Silent Witness or New Tricks or Born and Bred, it's been a dawdle. And I'm now working with the Americans, and that's been absolutely charming. So up to yet, touch wood, it's been a very nice experience.
What is the difference between working with someone who's from England or someone from the States?
Not a lot. I mean, the States do it differently, of course. In England, you have a writer, and you have a director, and you have a producer, and they're three separate jobs. In America, you have the writer and the producer, which they call a runner, and it's one and the same job. So that's slightly different. And of course, the money is extraordinary.
I was just waiting for you to mention the M word.
Yeah, well, I think whenever you get a group of writers together, that's the main topic. Money. I'm sure it is true, but it is, and it's kind of a different way. They do things differently, but the nice thing about America is they have the money to do things differently. Like, you know, they'd shoot an entire episode of, say, Friends. Right. Everybody would watch the episode, make notes, and then they'd shoot the same episode again. You know, and that's just extraordinary. You know,
and that wouldn't happen in London.
Oh God, no.
Just imagine in Croatia then.
Well, I'm actually not happening anywhere else except in America, and I would think it would only ever happen on a top-selling show, you know, which is franchised around the world. Right. But they threw money at that show because it was making so much money.
How much does being creative depend on the amount of money that you can spend on an idea?
You can be as creative as you like when you write it. Whether some of that creation stays, you know, you can say scene, you know, jumbo jet flies over volcano, volcano explodes, jumbo jet crashes in volcano. You know, or you can say they were on a bus.
Kid on a skateboard.
Exactly. You can write what you like, whether they'll make it, whether they can afford to make it. It's a completely different. So, you know, having a budget and writing to a budget, I think it's quite important. You have to be realistic about the amount of money. I mean, in England, we don't tend to do the Hollywood blockbusters where millions and millions are thrown at them. We're much more circumspect in the amount of money we actually spend on a film. Although there is, you know, with the tax breaks now, there is more money being spent on British film, I'm glad to say. Right. But yes, so you can be as creative as you want, but in your mind, if you're a professional writer, you've got to bear in mind how much it's going to cost. What about the mind of the British audience? Would they want to see more blockbuster elements on TV and in the movies, or I don't think so. No, just for the States. I think even the blockbuster films, they tend to be. My children are in their sort of teens and their 20s, and they go and see these big block. What's it? The Andreas Fault is a big new film. Yeah. Huge, and they all go and see that. And what's the name? Seven. This road rage film was Mad Max. Mad Max 7. And again, but most audiences, I mean, they were a big surprise how they took to say The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is a complicated murder story with, you know, plots and subplots and goodness, and some wonderfully strong characters. And I think all drama is character, and then you build things around that character. I think without the character, just with the story, you've kind of got nothing really. You're a strong character. Thank you very much for. It's been an absolute pleasure. Yeah.